Hello learners, welcome back to my channel Shraddha's Physics. Today we will see the interpretation of the wave function. Now let us start our topic, that is the interpretation of the wave function or the physical interpretation of the wave function. This wave function is represented as psi, and this wave function psi, this basically it gives the solution to the Schrodinger equation. It gives the solution to the Schrodinger equation. So it is expected to provide the information regarding the quantum behavior of a microparticle. The quantum behavior means the quantum behavior of the microparticle suppose of mass m and suppose the potential energy u. So it means that when we are solving the Schrodinger equation, this function psi, it gives the solution to the equation, or you can say that it provides the information about the microparticle having mass m and which potential energy is u. And if I will compare this quantum mechanics with the classical quantum mechanics with the classical mechanics, that is in case of the classical, we can say that if I will consider suppose some r of t, it represents the position vector. This r of t, it represents suppose some position vector in case of the classical mechanics. Then if we know this r of t, then we can calculate the velocity of the particle, then the acceleration of the particle, momentum of the particle, etc. we can calculate. If we know the position of a particle in classical mechanics, then we can calculate the velocity, acceleration, momentum, etc. Or we can say that a particle can be determined exactly by knowing the velocity, acceleration, momentum, etc. And similarly, if psi is known in quantum mechanics, if psi is known, then all the observable properties, we can say that all the observable properties in case of the microparticle, it can be understood fully. So we can say that psi has a physical significance in case of the microparticle, or we can say that if psi is known, then all the observable properties of the microparticles can be calculated. The only thing known about psi is that the wave function psi is large. The wave function psi is large, but the probability of finding the particle is large. And when this wave function is small, then the probability of finding the particle is small. But you should note that, let me write, the wave function psi itself has no physical significance. Itself has no direct physical significance. I will explain you why no direct physical significance. This is the most important thing, significance. Okay. It means that sometimes we can say that this psi of RT, that is in case of suppose 3 dimension or 1 dimension, it may represent the probability of finding the particle at time t. Suppose at position r with respect to the origin, here we are calculating the probability of finding the particle. But this psi of RT itself cannot be a probability, because the probability is a real and non-negative quantity. But this psi of RT is in general, it is a complex number. This psi of RT is in general, it is a complex number. We then assume that the product of this psi of RT with this complex conjugate, that is psi with the psi star, that is equal to modulus of psi RT, let me write, square. It is the position probability density. This is, let me write it clearly. Here, this psi into psi star, that is equal to modulus of the function psi of RT square. This basically gives the position probability density. It basically gives the position probability density. and this can be also written as this is equal to rho of RT. And also one more thing is that this is the position probability density. When I will multiply, when this rho of RT into dqr is written, it means that this is equal to psi of RT modulus of psi of RT square into dqr. This is the probability of this. This is that the probability of finding the particle, the probability of finding the particle, finding the particle at time t, finding the particle at time t, at time t at the location, at the location r, location r in volume dqr, in volume dqr. So let me explain you once again. So here you can see that the wave function psi, what I have told you, this wave function psi itself, it has no direct physical significance. Okay, why? Because we know the probability, when we are calculating the probability should be real and non-negative. The probability should be real and non-negative. But here this psi is a complex number, so we need a complex conjugate of this psi, that is psi star, so that this psi into psi star, that is equal to modulus of psi RT square, that gives the position probability density, and this basically denoted as rho of RT. And this rho of RT into dqr, this is equal to modulus of psi RT square into dqr. This gives the probability of finding the particle. This is the probability of finding the particle. Here this is the position probability density, and here this is the probability of finding the particle at time t at the location r in some volume dqr. And again we can say that the total probability of finding the particle, the total probability of finding the particle, total probability of finding the particle, finding the particle somewhere in space, particle somewhere in space is 1, or you can say that 100% or 100%. Then this can be written as the integration over psi star, this is the function of r comma t, into the function psi of RT into dqr, this will give rise to 1. It means that the total probability of finding the particle somewhere in space, it should be equal to 1. Now we will discuss about the orthogonal wave function. Orthogonal wave function, when the function is said to be orthogonal. Okay, orthogonal wave function. So if the product of a function, if the product of a function means here wave function. Okay, if the product of a function, that is suppose psi 1 of x and the complex conjugate of, and the complex conjugate and the complex conjugate psi 2 star x of the function psi 2x vanishes when integrated with respect to, when integrated with respect to x, with respect to x over the interval, over the interval, suppose any interval, here I am writing x lies between a to b, suppose, then we can say that mathematically we can write it as, that is, integration over a to b psi 2 star of x into psi 1 of x into dx, that is equal to 0. Then the function is called, or we can say, then we can say that psi 1 of x and psi 2 of x are orthogonal in the interval, orthogonal in the interval ab, in the interval ab. Okay, let me tell you once again, when a function is said to be orthogonal, this is simply a wave function psi. So the function psi, there are suppose two types of wave function, one is psi 1 and another one is psi 2. Simply just try to remember these things. Okay, when a wave function is said to be orthogonal, suppose here we are considering there are two types of wave function, one is psi 1 and another one is psi 2. If I will take the complex conjugate of this wave function, suppose psi 2 star, the complex conjugate of the wave function psi 2 is suppose psi 2 star, and if I will take the product of this function psi 2 star and with the psi 1, when I will take the product of these two, psi 2 star and psi 1, and I will integrate with respect to x over the interval, suppose any interval a to b, and if the value goes to 0, if its value goes to 0, then the wave functions are called, this psi 1 and psi 2 are called the orthogonal in this interval a to b. Is that clear? There are two wave functions, psi 1 and psi 2, and if I will take the complex conjugate of one function, then if I will take the product of the complex conjugate of the function and the other function, that is psi 1 suppose, and if I will integrate with respect to x over the limit a to b, then the function, and it goes to 0, and its value if goes to 0, then the function psi 1 and psi 2, they are orthogonal in the interval a and b. Okay, now we will discuss about the normalized wave function. Normalized wave function, that is when we can say that the wave function is normalized, normalized wave function. After this much, we know that the probability of finding a particle, the probability of finding a particle, the probability of finding a particle in the volume element, in the volume element, suppose dV, in the volume element dV is given by this is psi into psi star into dV. This is the probability of finding the particle in some volume element, suppose dV, or that is a dqr. Okay, then we have already discussed that the total probability of finding the particle in the entire space is unity. The total probability of finding the particle, the total probability of finding the particle in entire space, the particle in entire space is unity, or we can write it as entire space is unity, or mathematically we can represent it as the integration over psi star psi dV, that is equal to integration over mod psi square into dV, and this is equal to 1. Okay, so any wave function that satisfies this equation, then that wave function is called normalized wave function. If this equation satisfies, if this equation satisfies for the wave function for any function, suppose psi, then the function is called then the function is said to be normalized. Is said to be normalized. But here one condition arises. But here one condition arises. Let me tell you. So this psi is not a normalized wave function always. So because let me tell you. Suppose for example, it is possible to multiply psi by any constant. Suppose a. If I will multiply any constant a with the wave function this psi, so which is also a solution of the wave equation. This a into psi, this also gives the solution to the Schrodinger equation. Now the problem is to choose the proper value of this a, that is a constant a, such that the new wave function. Now we know this wave function psi, it is nothing but the solution to the wave equation. But we also know that if I multiply any constant with this wave function, then also it will give the solution to that wave equation, Now the problem is to choose the proper value of a such that the new value of this wave function is normalized function. So for that condition, if now my wave function psi, if it changes to, suppose if I multiply any constant with the psi, so here a is the constant, then in that case, when we are writing psi into psi star dv, that is equal to 1, then if I multiply a with the wave function, then now my wave function will be like a psi into a psi whole star into dv, or I can write dx dy dz. This volume element dv can be written as dx dy dz, that is also equal to 1. It should be equal to 1. If it is equal to 1, then the function is normalized. Now we can write it as, this implies this is a into a star, it will give rise to modulus of a square, and it is constant, can be taken outside to the integration, and here psi into psi star into dx dy into dz, that is equal to 1. Now this mod a square can be written as 1 divided by this much term. So let me write it directly here. If I'll write mod a square, then this will be equal to, let me drop this part. This will be, that implies mod a square will be equal to 1 divided by the integration over psi star psi into dx dy dz. Okay. So here this modulus of a, this is known as the normalization constant. This modulus of a is known as the normalization constant. And its value is this much. Now we will see, I will solve some problems, don't worry. Now let us see what is orthonormal function. Orthonormal function orthonormal wave function. Okay, orthonormal function. So the functions which are orthogonal and also normalized, normalized are called orthogonal function, orthonormal function. Normal function, that is orthogonal as well as normalized. Ortho means orthogonal and normal means it should be normalized. That's why it is called orthonormal function. Both orthogonal, the function should be orthogonal as well as normalized. Then this is known as the orthonormal function. Now let us solve one question. My first question is normalize the wave function. Suppose given, normalize the wave function is given psi 1 equal to, psi 1 means psi 1 of x is equal to a1 exponential minus alpha x square. The wave function is given this over the interval is given within the interval minus infinite to plus infinite. I will solve the first question for you. How to solve this question? That is, we have to normalize this wave function, that is psi1x. So first of all, we know the normalization condition. What is the normalization condition? That is from the limit minus infinite to plus infinite, psi1 star x into psi1 of x into dx. When it is normalized, then this value should be equal to 1. When I can say that when a function is normalized, then the function with its complex conjugate, if I take the product of these two, then the integration over the limit that is given for this interval, its value goes to 1. For the normalized, the value goes to 1. Now if I will solve this equation, that is, if I will put the value of psi1 here, this is equal to, this implies integration over minus infinite to plus infinite. Here you can see that the psi1 value is a1 exponential minus alpha x square. Since here no iota term is present, so the complex conjugate is same as that of the psi1. So here I can write this as a1 star exponential minus alpha x square into psi1 x is a1 exponential minus alpha x square into dx, and that is equal to 1. And here this a1 star into a1, this is nothing but the modulus of a1 square I can write, and I can take it outside to the integration over now minus infinite to plus infinite. This exponential minus alpha x square, this exponential minus alpha x square, this will becomes exponential minus 2 alpha x square into dx. This is equal to 1. Now if I solve this integration value, you should be acquainted with this expression. That is, first of all I will write a1 mod square, and the integration for this is equal to root over pi divided by the root over of 2 alpha, or you can write it directly as pi by 2 alpha root over the root over of pi by 2 alpha. You should remember these things. Okay, this is equal to 1. The integration over exponential minus 2 alpha x square into dx over minus infinite to plus infinite, that is equal to 1. Now this mod a square will be equal to, I can write this mod a1 square. Now this is equal to 2 alpha divided by pi root over the reciprocal of this simply. And now this a1 will be equal to, if I will take 1 by 2 here and again 1 by 2 here, then this will be simply a1, and this is equal to 2 alpha divided by pi, 2 alpha divided by pi whole power 1 by 4. This root over means 1 by 2 and here 1 by 2. So this will be 1 by 4. Now you can see that here my wave function is given psi1x equal to this much. Psi1x is given psi1 of x, this is equal to a1 exponential minus alpha x square. Now the value of a1 here we have calculated that 2 alpha divided by pi whole power 1 by 4. Now if I will put it here, now this will becomes psi1 of x will be equal to, in place of a1 I will write 2 alpha divided by pi whole power 1 by 4 into exponential minus alpha x square. Okay. Now we can say that this psi1 of x, it is a normalized function. Now this is a normalized function. So in this way you can normalize the function. That is, simply you have to take the function with its complex conjugate, the product of it, the integration over the interval that is given, it should be equal to 1. And that after just solving the integration, you can calculate the value of a1 or the normalization constant. This a1 is nothing but the normalization constant. Now I will give you one question for the homework. This is suppose question number 2. The question is normalize. Just try to solve this and give your answer in the comment section. Okay. So normalize the function. Suppose it is given. Let me write the wave function. Suppose psi equal to, let me write psi 2. Okay, psi 2 is the, let me write psi 2 of x. This is the function of x. This is equal to a2 into x into this is simply the product here I am writing. Okay, a2 into x into exponential minus alpha x square, and the limit is given same, minus infinite to plus infinite. So you have to calculate the value of a2 simply like similarly as to your question number 1. You have to first calculate the value of a2. That after you have to put the normalization condition, that is psi 2 star into psi 2 x dx, that is equal to 1. That after you have to calculate the value of a2. And let me write the integration limit minus infinite to plus infinite x square into exponential minus 2 alpha x square dx, its value equal to pi by 2 alpha root over. So now you can put this value in that part. While you are solving, you will get this integration. So simply you have to put this part pi by 2 alpha root over there, and after solving this a2, you have to just put the value of a2 in this expression. So this is your homework question. I will make a short video for this integration, or I will make this all this formula together in a short video. Okay. And one more question is for you. Psi of x, this is suppose question number 3. Psi of x, suppose psi of x is given an, any normalization constant, into sine 2n pi x divided by L in the region 0 to L. So you have to calculate the value of this normalization constant. Find the value of the normalization constant. Find the value of normalization constant an. Normalization constant an. The same process, and here you have to put the limit 0 to L. Give your answer in the comment section. If you can't solve the question, then no need to worry. At least try once. Otherwise, if you can't solve that question, then I will solve this for you. No need to worry. Okay. These are very simple question. If you can solve the integration, then this question is very simple. So this is all for today. If you have any doubt at any point, can ask me in the comment section. If you like the video, hit the like button, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.